Division of Education, Innovation and Energy e-learning program. I am Meave Nelson Eastman, and today we are going to be doing language arts for students of the Standard 5, Standard 4 and Standard 3 levels. But before we get into our lesson, let us take a look at the English language arts paper for the S.E.A examination. We are actually going to look at the structure of this paper. The English language arts paper is divided into two parts, Section 1 and Section 2. Section 1 focuses on spelling, punctuation and capitalization, and grammar. There are 6 spelling items with a worth of 12 marks. Punctuation and capitalization, 6 items weighing 6 marks. Grammar, number of items 6, number of marks 12. In Section 1, there is a total of 18 items weighing 30 marks. Section 2 exposes our students to reading comprehension. There is a non-fiction or fiction text, poetry, and graphical representation. The non-fiction or fiction test, 10 items with a weight of 20 marks. Poetry, 10 items, 20 marks. Graphic text, 5 items, 10 marks. A total of 25 items and 50 marks. Our area of focus today is spelling. There will be 1 spelling error in each line on any given paragraph. Students are required to read the entire paragraph, identify the spelling error on each line, and apply a spelling rule to write each word correctly. This brings us to the objectives for today's lesson. In this lesson, you will apply spelling rules to write words correctly. Identify and correct frequently misspelled words. And most importantly, develop a love for spelling and writing. Sometimes when a word is incorrectly spelled, we often say, "That word looks strange," without paying attention to the spelling or the spelling rules. Boys and girls, let me engage you in some spelling rules today. So, listen as I give you a clue, and you are going to assist me in getting the rule. Listen up. Do you know of a spelling rule that involves the letter Y and I? Oh, yes, you do. Give it a try. When a word ends in a consonant plus a Y, we change the Y to an I and add the suffix. For example, in the word try, we have here the consonant R followed by a Y. We change this Y to I and then we add ED. So the word try is spelled T-R-I-E-D. Next, when a word ends in a vowel, and we all know what vowels are, don't we? The vowels are, yes, A-E-I-O-U. When a word ends with a vowel plus a Y, we just add the suffix. For example, in the word play, we have the vowel A, and then we have the Y. And if we are adding the suffix ed to this word, we just go right ahead and add the suffix without interfering with the Y. So play is spelled P-L-A-Y, the entire word, and we have the ed added right next to it. when adding the suffix ing, the word Y does not change. For example, if we have the word try, which ends in Y, and we are adding the suffix ing to that word try, then we are not making any change. We are just simply adding the ing. So therefore, trying is spelled T-R-Y-I-N-G, keeping the Y in its place. Next, to form the plural of a word ending with Y, so with a consonant coming before it, what we do is we change the Y to I and add ES. Let me say it again. A word ending in Y with a consonant coming before it, the Y is changed to I before adding ES. Let us look at the example on the screen. Our word is the word pony. The word pony ends in a Y. Because we want to form the plural of that word, and a consonant N is right before the Y, we change the Y to I, and then we add the ES. So, to spell ponies, we have P-O-N-I-E-S, ponies. To form the plural of words ending with Y, with a vowel before it, all we do is add S. For example, in the word key, we have the vowel E, and then we have the Y. And to write the word keys, we write K-E-Y-S. No change to the original word. We just add an S at the end of the word. We are going to move on to another spelling rule. But before I do so, can you tell me of any other word that the final consonant is changed to another letter before adding ES? Think about it. The final consonant in that word is changed to another letter before adding ES. I know many of you have the correct answer. If you said F is changed to V before adding ES, you are correct. So listen up as I give you the next clue for the next rule. There is a rule with I and E. If you know it, please say it along with me. Again, there is a rule with I and E. If you know it, please say it along with me. I'm sure you got it. I before E, except after C, but only when that sound is E. Let us say it one more time. I before E, except after C, but when the sound is E. Let us look at our examples that are right under here. Remember, I before E, except after C, but only when the sound is E. The word believe, we are looking not just for the IE only, but we are listening to hear if we hear the E sound in the word. So let me say the word, and you are going to listen to hear the E sound in the word. Believe. Do you hear the E sound? Right, yes, we did. So therefore, in spelling the word believe, it's I before E, because that's the basic rule. Let's move down to the word relief. Relief. Do you hear the E sound in the word relief? Yes, we do. So therefore, it is I-E in the word relief. Next word, retrieve. retrieve. Again, that E sound is heard. So we have I before E coming in all of these words. All of them, we are hearing the E sound, therefore it's I before E. However, we have another group of words here, beginning with the word receive. Receive. Are you hearing the E sound in that word? Receive. Right. If you are hearing the E sound, then the rule, back to the rule, it says I before E except after C, but only when that is the E sound. So because of the E sound and of the C that is right here, we spell receivers R-E-C-E-I-V-E. The same thing happens with conceive and deceive. The C is here, so we say E-I instead of I-E. But there are some other words. For example, we have the word ancient and sufficient and efficient. I'm going to say those words again, and you are going to tell me if you are hearing that E sound in these words. Ancient. Is there an E sound there? No, there is no E sound. So, because there is no E sound, we can say this to remind us. When the E is not heard, or when there is no E sound, it is the other way around. So if the E isn't sound, it is the other way around. And what is the other way around? Remember, when we had a C, it would have been E-I. But if the E isn't sung, then it's the other way around. Meaning, then it's now going to be I-E. So that is why in the word ancient, it is spelled A-N-C-I-E-N-T. The same thing applies to the word sufficient and efficient. There is no E sound. Suppose we want to talk about another word. For example, the word wed. Let me write it on the board here. We want to know whether we should have EI or IE in the spaces here. Let me say the word again, wed. Think about it. Think about the rule. What is the rule? The rule is I before E, except after C. Is there a C here? So then I can put I and E, but that's not the end of the rule. We must also have that E sound. So let us listen to the word again and see if we are hearing the E sound. Wed. Wed. No E sound, so the rule says if the E is not the sound, then it's the other way around. So instead of having IE, we are going to have EI. So where is spelled W-E-I-R-D. We are going on to our next rule. Again, I invite you to listen to the clue and tell me the rule. Doubling letters is a rule, which is a very handy tool. When do we use the doubling rule? Listen again. Doubling letters is a rule, which is a very handy tool. When do we use that doubling rule? Are we ready? Yes, we are. We use the Dublin Rule. If a one-syllable word, follow me here, if a one-syllable word ends with one vowel, so it must have one vowel and one consonant, then we double the final consonant. And our example here on the screen is the word shop, which is our root word or the base word. The word shop, when we want to add a suffix ed to the word, because we have one vowel and one consonant in the word, we double. And what are we doubling? We double the final consonant, which is a P, before adding our ed. Got it? Now, suppose we want to add ing to the word shopping. Ing is a suffix, and we want to add it to the word shop to make the word shopping. What must we do? Remember the rule. Vowel, consonant, word ending with vowel and consonant, we double the final consonant before adding ing, as is highlighted right here. So shopping is spelled shopping. Let us move on. Listen to the clue and tell me the rule. And I want you to listen carefully. Soft C and soft G tend to confuse. Do you know when they are used? Listen again. Soft C and soft G tend to confuse. Do you know when they are used? Let's see. The letter C can make a soft sound like an S. And we know the sound that S makes. It says S. When C comes before E, I, or Y, you can hear such a sound. And we call that sound a soft sound. For example, in the word sell. Are you hearing the S sound at the beginning? In the word sell, city, cycle. The C in these words are soft Cs. The letter G can also make a soft sound. And when the letter G makes a soft sound, it sounds like J, sh, j. When it comes before E, I, or Y, you can hear that soft sound. For example, in the word germ, we are listening for the J sound. The letter G is here, but it is giving the J sound, germ. Then we have the word ginger. Let me say it again, ginger. Are you hearing a J sound at the beginning of this word, ginger? The word is ginger. Are we hearing the J sound? This G is giving the J sound. So therefore, it is the soft G. The next word is the word gym. Gym. Are you hearing the J sound in gym? Yes, we are. The word gym, we hear this J sound as the beginning of the word. Therefore, this G is the soft G. I have here for you a little chant that will help you to remember when to use the soft letters. The letters C and G. The little chant goes like this. Soft C, soft G, give it a try. C-E, C-I, and C-Y. Again, soft C, soft G, give it a try. G-E, G-I, and G-Y. Do you want to sing it with me? Let us all sing it together. Ready? After 4, 3, 4. Soft C, soft G, give it a try. C-E, C-I, and C-Y. Again, soft C, soft G, give it a try. G-E, G-I, and G-Y. If you got it, I want to say hats off to you. Very well. We are going to move on now to our next rule. Listen to the clue and tell me the rule. Listen up. The clue is a silent E cannot be heard. What becomes of it at the end of a word? Listen again. A silent E cannot be heard. What becomes of it at the end of a word? Think. What becomes of a silent E at the end of a word when we are adding a suffix to spell the word correctly? Let's go. I hope you are ready. If a word ends with a silent E, or L plus the silent E, we drop the E before adding the suffix. If a word ends with a silent E, or L plus the silent E, and the suffix begins with a vowel or Y, we drop the E before adding the suffix. For example, the word terrible. Terrible. Listen to that word. Are you hearing the E at the end of the word? The word terrible ends with a silent E. And when the word ends with a silent E, we drop the E before adding the suffix. The L is already there, and we are adding LY, so we only need one L. So therefore, the word terribly is spelled Terribly. No E here, the LY. Let us move on to our next word, which is shine. Listen to the word shine. It also ends with the silent E. We want to add the suffix ing to this word. What must we do? We must follow the rule. We drop the E, so this E is removed. And we go right ahead and add our ing to form the word. Who can tell me what word is that? Which word are we forming when we drop the E and add ing? What is that word? Yes, the word is shining. Our next word is nose. Nose. Again, there is a silent E at the end of the word. And we want to add the suffix Y. What must we do? Again, we drop the E and we add the Y. And our word is, say that word for me. What is that word? Yes, that word is nosy. If you said nosy, you are correct. We are now going to do our next spelling rule. Again, remember, listen to the clue and tell me the rule. So make sure you are listening. When the suffix full is added to a word, what happens next is really absurd. Listen again. When the suffix full, F-U-L-L, is added to a word, what happens next is really absurd. Can you tell me what happens when the suffix F-U-L-L is added to a word? Are you ready? Let's go. Look at what happens when we add F-U-L-L, full, to a word. Care plus full will give us C-A-R-E-F-U-L. What do you think just happened? What happened? We drop the final F in the word full. If you said that, you are correct. Waste is our next word. W-A-S-T-E plus full. Again, we drop the final L to spell the word wasteful that is in this box. Same thing happens with the word help and full. Helpful is spelled by dropping the final L on the suffix full. Now, let us look at the word beautiful. Beauty plus full. What do you think will happen when we add the word full to beauty? Yes. First, the Y is changed. This Y is changed to an I. So we change Y to I before adding the full. And also, that full that we are adding will have one L at the end. So beautiful is spelled, spell it with me, B-E-A-U-T-I, the Y is changed to I here, F-U-L. Let's spell it again, B-E-A-U-T-I-F-U-L. One L at the end. Plenty. If we want to add full to the word plenty, again, plenty ends with the letter Y. What must we do? Two changes we have to make. First, we change the Y to an I. And then, what must we do? Yes, the word full at the end will have one L. So we change a Y to an I, and then we add the suffix full. And when we are adding the suffix full, there is only one L.